G'day, Rockhound here. Embark Studios have just announced through Twitter that their first game, Ark Raiders, will have its release delayed until sometime in 2023. Specifically, here's what the statement reads. We've made the decision to delay Ark Raiders to 2023. Ark Raiders is an ambitious game, and we will be using this extra time to expand the experience and allow it to reach its fullest potential. We will be diving into more details as soon as we start to test the game more extensively with players. The excitement around Ark Raiders since its reveal has been so encouraging for us, and we truly appreciate your support. The Ark Raiders dev team at Embark Studios. So, this is kind of a double-edged sword for the Ark Raiders community. Well, it's disappointing that the launch of the co-op free-to-play third-person shooter is pushed back from 2022 to 2023. It also means we should actually raise our expectations of how polished the game should be at launch. The delay comes during a period when some of the gaming industry's major players have released games that clearly needed more time in the oven. I think this is a mature decision from Embark Studios for their debut game and falls in line with some important comments made by Owen Mahoney, CEO of Nexon, Embark's majority shareholder, which I'll share with you at the end of this video. Prior to this announcement, I think the earliest we could have expected the game to launch would have been at Gamescom in late August this year, and the latest would have been early to mid-December. This probably means the delay at its shortest will be just a few months, and at its longest could well be more than 12 months if the launch were to be pushed back as far as the end of 2023. On the upside, the delay statement does say that Embark Studios aren't just delaying Ark Raiders to 2023 so they can polish the game for release, but that they also plan to expand the experience as well. Again, expectations are rising, not falling. They also added that they'll dive into more details as soon as they start to test the game more extensively with players. Now, there's no indication of when that might be, and I reached out to Embark Studios' comms team for some clarification on this, but they said that they couldn't provide any additional details yet. Overall, I think the community's immediate response to the delay announcement has actually been really positive, with the vast majority of comments on Twitter saying that they're happy Embark Studios are putting the quality of the game first and foremost, and that they would rather see a delay than a crappy game released on schedule. GG everyone. So where to from here? I'd like to think that we get an update on playtesting before the end of the year, maybe at the Games Awards in December, leading to a launch of the game in mid-2023, perhaps around Summer Games Fest. I'd now be surprised if we saw any kind of announcement at Gamescom in late August. I'd also like to see Embark use this delay as an opportunity to change their tact a bit on how much information is provided to players, and for them to take the time to give the community more regular updates and a little more insight into the development of the game. As far as marketing campaigns for a game go, Embark Studios has provided us pretty scant info on Ark Raiders. Since December last year, we've had one full trailer, a teaser, and a few minor blog posts that skirt around the fringes of content in the game. As well as expanding the scope of the game experience during this delay, I would like to see Embark Studios expand their interaction with the community, giving us more insight into the game, its art styles, its development. Maybe even provide a few interviews with some of the developers alongside more usual things like concept art. The Ark Raiders community continues to grow, and they're keen to learn more about the game, especially now that they're waiting longer for the launch. I think this is a reasonable ask for the community. Lastly, what does the delay of Ark Raiders mean for Embark Studios' second game in development, their as yet unnamed first-person shooter? Last we heard about that game was during Nexon's earnings call in May, where Owen Mahoney said they were ahead of schedule and likely to release within 12 months of Ark Raiders. So that's all a bit up in the air now, but we might get an update on that at the upcoming earnings call. I'll definitely keep you posted on that game. Let me leave you with some comments Owen Mahoney made about the process of game development at an earnings call for Nexon in August of last year, which I think are important to reflect on right now. Owen said, "Before we begin Q&A, let me anticipate one of your questions. When will the first game from Embark be released?" I have two answers. The first is, if you absolutely had to put something in your model, put it in the second half of next year. It could certainly be sooner. But here's the real answer. It will depend on when our developers feel they have an outstanding game that they are proud to show their closest friends. Getting there is all about iteration, playtesting and polishing. And any game company that is experienced and who is being honest with you will tell you this is not a linear process. Iteration is about making the game fun, and that is an art challenge, not an engineering challenge. So we could give you a date. That would satisfy your near-term need to plug something into your model, and it would generate near-term excitement from users. But then it would put the wrong type of pressure on the game developers. They would have to hit a date regardless of what is right for making the game fun. In our industry, that's called crunch mode, which is industry parlance for put a game out by a certain deadline no matter what the costs on the employees. Even after crunch mode, the game is often still not ready to launch. The result of all this is frequently disappointed customers, burnt out, demoralized developers, and damaged brands and impaired financial returns for investors. Crunch mode is one of the most pernicious problems in our industry. The charade of launch timing serves little purpose except this dance with equity analysts. Instead, the right thing to focus and push for is a game that blows people's minds. If we achieve that, the game will last many years and the revenues will dwarf what we would have made by launching a quarter or two earlier. I'm sorry nobody in my industry has explained this to you before. Within the industry, we all know it's true, and yet few talk about it openly. Everyone should. So rather than giving you a date, this team is going to give our customers and employees a commitment to make the best game we can as soon as we can. I, for one, am pleased that Embark Studios are standing by those words of Owen's, and I'm guessing I'm not the only person that wants them to release a high-quality debut game made by happy game makers. What are your thoughts on the delay of Arc Raiders? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see the latest updates about Embark Studios games, please hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, stay strong.